Welcome back to another episode of Growing with Lalascrops. So today, you guys, I'm really excited because I will be transferring my seedlings, some of my seedlings today. If you guys watched my previous video of Table Talk in the Garden, where I gave you guys an update on my seedlings, you would know that I discussed in that video that I will be transferring my watermelon seedlings and one of my tomato plants and some nasturtium flowers today, you guys. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and also that bell notification so that you can get notified once I post a new video. And also, you guys, don't forget to also check out my Instagram page, which is Lalascrops. I like to do garden inspiration on my Instagram page, so don't forget to check out my Instagram page. As you can see, I have my whole little setup of everything that I need for today's video. I have my bottled water because it's hot outside. I have my fertilizer, Transplant Plus. I also have my measuring cups so that I won't overfeed the plants. And then I have my shovel that I will be using to dig the dirt out to then place my seedlings down into the hole. Today we are having great weather. It's warm outside, which is what tomatoes and watermelons require. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna move this tray to the side. I always like to give my seedlings a great base of nutrients before I transplant them. I like to use Trifecta Plus. It's a 5-10-4 ratio, and I have a video on this also, you guys. I will provide a link for that video. It's basically the ultimate soil supercharger for organic gardening with added trace minerals with beneficial bacteria. And I decided to get the 15-pound bag, you guys. Don't mind the bag because when I opened the delivery box, I guess this was so packed in there, I accidentally cut down into the bag as I was opening the box. So yeah, I'll read the back for any newbies here on this channel. So it says Trifecta Plus is a natural based, all-purpose, premium blend fertilizer guaranteed to make all types of plants extremely healthy, boost production, and give professional results for a fraction of the cost. Trifecta Plus feeds all season long and can be applied to all types of plants during any growth stage. I like the fact that this fertilizer can actually feed all season long. It has the definition for nitrogen. It basically says helps with green growth. Phosphorus helps with root development and flower production. And potassium, it helps boost plants immunity and fruit sets. And then the trace minerals increase water intake, drought tolerance. They also help with transplant shock, which is good, you guys. We are transplanting our watermelons and tomatoes and resistant to disease and pests. As you grow your seedlings at different stages, the plants are still sensitive. So this is important to have once you decide to transfer your seedlings outdoors. That was another added benefit that I liked about this fertilizer. The first one was it feeds all season long. The second one is the trace minerals, bacteria, and fungi that it has in it to help protect and keep your seedlings healthy as they start to grow and produce your fruits and vegetables. It has application rates at the bottom, but it does not have watermelon seedlings on here. So I had to go on their website, and I'll put their website down below, which is www.migardener.com. I am going to place this to the side. We're gonna get in a little closer. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and kind of dig a nice little hole. So you guys know that I am growing my melons on this trellis that I have right here. I will be growing the melons along here in the back. So I'm trying to make sure that I want to apply fertilizer to this whole square foot. This fertilizer can feed all season long, so you know, once the plants start to grow, their roots will start to develop, and you know, it may not grow within the space that I planted in originally. So you kind of want to make sure that you provide nutrients for the whole area, especially if you're gonna, you know, not feed the plant again for spring. Now me, I'm a little extra. I may still go in like mid-season and give it another application. That's just how I am. Okay, so for watermelon seedlings, it suggests to apply 1/4 cup of fertilizer. So I'm going to get a measuring cup. I have 1/4 cup. Let's get down in here and fill this whole cup up. Swipe off any excess, and this amount should feed my watermelon seedling for the whole spring season. But like I said, I may go in a little later, you guys, and give it another application. So I place that in there. Now I'm going to work it into the soil. Now mind you, now when I first set up this raised bed, you guys, I already applied compost, which is another suggested thing to do when you're planting when you are planting watermelons. So but I already placed some compost in here, but I wanted to let you guys know, if you're watching this video and you are wanting to plant watermelon seedlings, it is suggested to apply a good amount of compost, and then of course fertilizer. So I'm going to go in here and apply a little bit below the 1/4 to the other areas where roots may develop, you guys. Just fertilize this whole square foot, like I said, so that this plant will be off to a great start. All right, so now I'm going to get my plant. Ooh. As you can see over here, I have already planted a mini love seedling that I was talking about in my table talk in the garden. So I want to keep my mini loves on this side. All right, so right here I have one of my mini love seedlings, and like I said, you guys, this is already starting to produce the tendril. So yeah, it's about that time. It's important when you are transferring, try not to disturb the watermelon roots as much as possible, because it is said that watermelons do not like their roots disturbed that much. So I'm going to show you the technique that I use to take my seedlings out of the existing pots that they were growing in. So I squeeze the bottom, and then I put the stem in between my pointer finger and my middle finger, close to the base of the plant, and I'll just place the pot upside down like so. And there we have it. Look at these nice roots that are developing. I don't want to move it around too much, but you want to make sure that the potting soil is a little moist, so that it's a little easier when you are getting ready to transfer. And you also want to make sure that your roots are not root bounded in the pots that you are growing. So as you can see, these roots are nice, and yeah, they will do well once I transfer these. You want to make sure that your roots are capable and able to continue to grow downwards, so that once they reach that soil, they can just continue to grow downwards and spread like that, instead of being root bounded all together. The plant won't be able to branch out the roots as easily as something like this, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so I'm going to place this down in here like so. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I decided to try out some new soil, and thus far you guys can check out that video. I'll provide a link for that video also. But I am loving the new soil. Look at how easy my hands are able to run through this soil. Like, I love it, I love it. So all right, you guys, so we have the mini love watermelon seedlings planted. So later on I'll go in here and put the dates that I planted these mini loves outdoors, so that I can keep track of the growth process. Now I'm going to go on the other side and plant my sugar baby watermelon seedlings, because I don't want to plant these near each other, because I need to remember, like, these are mini loves on this side, and they will only grow up to a certain size, compared to the sugar babies. They are supposed to get up to a certain size. I need to be able to distinguish between the two once I'm ready to harvest. So I'm going to use this square foot to plant the sugar baby watermelon seedlings. Ooh, we have a worm, you guys. Look at that worm. It's right there. It's right here. You guys can see it. Let me go ahead and put her back in there. Don't want to disturb the worms, but that's the great benefit of adding compost to your soil. So I'm going to place 1/4 cup of Transplant Plus down into the planting hole. And like I said, you guys, I have already applied my compost when we made this raised bed, so we should be good on compost. Add some to the rest of the soil, because you never know how the roots are going to grow. So I just want to make sure that every area of this square foot has some nutrients in it. All right, sugar baby. Okay, we're gonna plant the sugar baby seedling. The tag right there. Squeeze the bottom. It should come right out, you guys. So that's how the sugar baby roots are looking. Place this down right in here. So easy. And you guys, I decided to leave a couple inches of space back here for my trellis because it's a little easier to work, you know, on any of the plants here in the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little fertilizer near the seedlings so that they can go ahead and start getting nutrients. Push it down a little bit so that it can get contact with the soil. And yeah, you guys, we have our sugar baby watermelon seedlings planted. So now I'm going to plant my tomato seedling or my 2 nasturtium plants. This is my tomato cage, and I have to show you guys in my garden tour a more detailed video on these cages, but for right now I am going to go ahead and plant my little tomato seedling. Like, you guys, I am super excited that I grew all of these seedlings. Like I said in my table talking garden, I was really second guessing myself to the point where I was like, what, can I grow all these seedlings? So I'm really excited that I actually grew my own tomato seedling. As you guys know before, if you watched some of my previous videos, when I was first time gardener, I bought all my plants from Home Depot or Lowe's. So I'm really excited for this year that I am growing. I gave myself the challenge to grow all of my plants from seeds. This is a check mark off of my things I wanted to accomplish. So I'm going to plant this, you know, I'm going to do a pretty deep hole because I want to show you the reason why. For tomato seedlings, it's also suggested to use 1/4 cup of Transplant Plus. So I'm going to put that down in here and work that in to the soil. Hope you can see that. Scoot you guys up some more. Okay, there we go. So we have the tomato seedling. Take this out. It's growing some, it's not too compacted. Put the tag right here. Like I said, make sure that the soil is, you know, kind of moist when you are getting ready to transfer. Okay, so when planting your tomato seedlings, make sure that you plant them as deep as possible because these, let me show you, because these tiny little hairs towards the bottom will produce extra roots, you guys. So the deeper the roots, the healthier the plants will grow. So I'm going to take off these bottom leaves, but I'm going to keep these true leaves up here and plant it up to about right here. So put that pretty deep and just place the soil back over this plant. All right, you guys, so I have the tomato seedling planted. I may go in with a little extra fertilizer so that this plant can get some nutrients right away, because I did plant it pretty deeply. Just place it around the plant. Work that in. Work. Alright, we got that in there. So I'm gonna hold up her hair. Make sure I get this soil back around her nicely. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Pretty good soil level. I am going to plant this purple nasturtium. Now this one is a little bit more trickier, but we got it. Alright, so that's what these roots are looking like. Oh, I forgot to mix that up. So I decided to place some Transplant Plus down in here also. And we will be done, you guys. All right, maybe that's a little bit too deep. All right, place this little seedling down in here. Gonna do some great things, nasturtium. Some great things. All right, and just place the soil. Oh, look at the worm, you guys. I have gloves on today, so I'm trying to find it for you. Oh, there it is. Look at the worm. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put you back in here. I'm sorry. All right. All right, so we have the nasturtium in here. Plant it. Oops. Give it some fertilizer, and we are good, you guys. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video showing you how I transplanted my first little seedlings that I grew for spring 2021. And I will see you guys in my next video. As always, happy gardening. Peace.